A year ago today, first responders were digging through rubble to find any signs of life after the Champlain Tower South collapsed in the middle of the night, killing 98 people.
And just hours ago, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden joining South Florida leaders, remembering the lives lost that tragic day. I want to go to Aaron Guy in Surfside live, along with Josie Carbonari and Terry Parker. So Aaron, I want to start with you. We just finished hearing from the Surfside mayor, from local representatives, as well as the governor.
That's right. A lot has been going on here actually since 1:30 this morning. It's been a very active scene. Like you said, we've seen the First Lady. When you look behind me, this is where those two towers stood 1 year ago today. Of course, overnight, 1 year ago, that's when one of them partially collapsed, and it sparked a 4-week rescue and recovery mission. 98 people lost their lives that day. Overnight, loved ones gathered for a private memorial at the site of the tragedy. 1:22 a.m. to be exact, the moment that condo collapsed. And this morning, First Lady Dr. Jill Biden attended a public memorial organized by the town. She honored the memories lost 1 year ago and paid tribute to the brave men and women who were instrumental in the search and recovery efforts. Governor Ron DeSantis spoke after the First Lady and made a special announcement to honor the 98 lives lost that day.
We are going to be able to now designate this portion of Collins Avenue 98 Points of Light Road. So every time people drive by, they're going to be reminded that there were great people that lived in that tower, and that this is a tragedy that wounded this community and our state.
The governor also said that $1 million will be put towards a memorial that will be on the site here in Surfside. I do want to bring in my colleague Terry Parker, who was inside that remembrance event where the First Lady and the governor spoke. And Terry, I understand the First Lady actually talked to some of the victims' families today.
She did. They are here. Many of them are here. And the First Lady said, "We are praying for you and grieving with you." She was speaking not only to the victims who made it out alive, but also to their families right here at the scene of the Surfside condo collapse. Dr. Biden said that when she was speaking to the victims' families about their loss, she said, "Some may say that the hurt of losing a loved one fades over time, but that is not true," saying 1 year later she knows it is still enough to make those left behind buckle beneath the weight of grief.
Still, we have discovered moments of grace too. Somehow, against all odds, we rise from the floor. We find a fortitude that we didn't know we had, and we reach out for help. We realize that we're not alone.
And First Lady Biden thanked the firefighters and the first responders who spent weeks on rescue and then recovery here. And she mentioned how all of America came together during those hours and days, everyone imagining how terrible a loss it was. She was joined on stage by Governor Ron DeSantis, as you saw, as well as the mayor of Surfside and the mayor of Miami-Dade County and the chief of the Miami-Dade Fire Department, among many others. And in fact, this anniversary ceremony is still ongoing at this moment. We've heard from the families, several families, altogether 5 family members are speaking, and some have been very emotional. We'll have much more starting tonight at 5 p.m. In Surfside, Terry Parker, WPBF 25 News.
And more developing news today on Surfside. A judge has given a final approval to that stunning $1 billion settlement for people who lost family members in the collapse and those condo owners. There's still a matter of who gets the money and just how much they'll be given. However, that mediation is going to begin July 25th. Miami-Dade Circuit Judge says this about the settlement, quote, "It will never be enough to compensate them for the tragic loss they've suffered. The settlement is the best we can do." Now, as we mentioned, tributes today started early this morning, overnight at 1:22 to be exact, which was the exact time that 12-story beachfront condo behind us collapsed. Many were sleeping. Some woke up to the thunderous noise. Many people never woke up that day. Our Josie Carbonari is live with us here in Surfside. And Josie, you have more on that moment of silence.
Yeah, Aaron, the moment of silence was held privately for friends and family members that experienced this tragic loss. The victims involved were honored during that moment. But we remember, we were here when this all happened 1 year ago, and I had family members coming up to me crying, very upset, devastated, asking for answers, wondering where their loved ones were. And so today, as you can imagine, was very emotional for them to go back to the scene, and they needed this moment of privacy. It's been a year since the Champlain Towers South collapsed. Before the sun was even up, a moment of silence held at 1:22 a.m. at the exact moment tragedy struck the Surfside community.
It was something for me, for my personal connection with them.
Family members of victims, friends, and survivors getting special access to the site where the building once stood, each remembering and honoring loved ones lost.
It was very important for me to light the candle for them.
For many, it was the first time they've stepped foot on the grounds since last year. A torch across the site at Veterans Park also lit for the 98 victims, that torch to remain there for several weeks. And as the morning went on, other families making their way to the site, some wearing t-shirts reading Surfside Strong. Miami Mayor Francis Suarez joining them, visiting a memorial at Veteran Park first, and taking us back to June 24th, 2021.
As mayor, I just remember getting a call. I remember getting the updates, the frustration and the passion of the search and rescue teams that were on the pile 12 hours a day, every day. And you start thinking about how would you feel, if your children were in there, what would you do? And I think, you also wonder, how can you make sure that this never happens again?
And Aaron, we're expecting people to continue paying their respects throughout the day. Aaron?
Josie, thank you. Meanwhile, a developer from Dubai was actually one of the people who put in an offer to buy the site of the Surfside condo collapse. We're talking about Hussein Sajwani was the only person actually to bid at the auction, securing the site for $120 million. Now, he owns Damak Properties, which is reportedly planning to build a luxury residency right here on this site. Proceeds, however, for the sale will go toward relatives of collapse victims and those who owned apartments in the building. And our coverage continues throughout today as we remember the victims, their families, and the first responders who worked tirelessly for days, weeks, and months after that collapse 1 year ago today. And on WPBF.com and on our free WPBF 25 News app, we have tributes to Surfside victims and actually how a South Florida museum is preserving items that were once placed on the memorial wall. For now, I'm Erin Guy live in Surfside. We'll send it back to you in studio.